Another day, another remake, and how does this one stack up? Ugh. Hey yo, what's good? Welcome to The Gist. With me, Jared. Alien Romulus, the latest installment to the Alien franchise, brings us a band of young adults seeking to escape their lowly circumstances by commandeering a ship to take them to a better world. And what they find isn't their salvation, but rather something far worse.
Open the door, come on!
Run.
Okay, caveats to mention right off the bat, this kind of movie isn't really my cup of tea. I seldom enjoy monster thriller movies because the human element isn't always believable. Or the movie spends way too much time on characters that ultimately don't matter when I'm really here for the monster. That being said, Alien Romulus is no different. The movie begins at a pretty slow pace. We are introduced to the main characters and their dilemma. There are quite a few plot conveniencies and leaps the movie asks the audience to make that didn't work for me. For example, taking a company spaceship and leaving the planet without any consequences or authorities being alerted was something that certainly took me out of the film early on. When it comes to the verisimilitude of the story, Alien Romulus was significantly lacking for me. There are a lot of common tropes and character stereotypes that make the movie very predictable. The humans I didn't really find compelling. The best human aspect about the story is the relationship between the main protagonist and her synth android. They introduced an interesting concept and idea about the relationship between organic and synthetically crafted beings, but don't delve deep enough into it to make it anything but superficial. If there was some kind of redeeming aspect about this movie for me, it would be David Johnson. He was pretty impressive at conveying the outdated and decrepit android in contrast with the sophisticated and highly intelligent one. The performances from the rest of the cast, though, were hit or miss. Some dialogue felt overacted and forced. There were moments of convincing emotional turmoil and fear, and then other times where lines felt flat for me. The movie spends a lot of time on the humans, but failed to have me care about them and buy into their situation enough to be anything but annoyed with them. I was hoping to root for the xenomorphs, but unfortunately they're not in the movie enough for me. It's possible I've become desensitized to this world because of the volume of alien and predator content I've seen. Prey was a refreshing and delightful surprise to the monster horror genre. And I was hoping Alien Romulus would bring something original to the table as well. But unfortunately, it was a rehashing of what we've had before. The original Alien movies were before my time, but it was clear and evident that much of this film had a lot of direct and overt callbacks to the originals and other previous installments. This wasn't an element that really bugged me, but can totally understand if it's something that would frustrate you. From a horror standpoint, the movie did fairly well at setting an ominous and eerie tone. There are a lot of quick cuts and jump scares, and the score can certainly heighten one's anxiety during these sequences. But once again, many of those horror elements didn't click with me. I would say another positive about the film was the visuals. The environments looked good and felt pretty real and authentic to the story. The body horror and gore did get nasty sometimes, and made me cringe a bit. The facehuggers and xenomorphs looked good, but the one at the end, that'll be hit or miss. And that's the gist to some of my spoiler-free thoughts on Alien Romulus. This is a decent monster horror film. It delivers on the visuals and tone, but lacks in every other area for me. If you're in it for the jump scares, Alien Romulus will probably work for you. Admittedly, I'm just not the target audience for this kind of movie. So it was already an uphill battle for me to enjoy it. And then it didn't help that we got stereotypical and superficial characters with an underwhelming narrative of story elements we have seen in universe before. What did you think of Alien Romulus? Obviously, I didn't really like it, but did it work for you? Where would you like to see the Alien franchise go next? Hit me up! Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll catch you next time on The Gist.